Hey guys, it's Tara and welcome back to Reviewniforms. Yay! The channel where I react, rant, rate, and review uniforms from all over the world, from all walks of life. So if you want to hear what I think of some cool uniforms or some not so cool uniforms, then keep on watching. All right guys, what do we have first?
Mexican wrestling is one of the most famous shows in Mexico and in the world.
No doubt. You have no argument from me on that. These are the Mexican luchadors. If you haven't seen the Mexican wrestlers before, you're in for a treat. If you've seen the movie Nacho Libre with Jack Black, he was doing the Lucha Libres, and they are Mexican wrestlers and they are incredible. And I may not look like it, y'all, but I am a wrestling fan. That's what we used to call it back in my day. We call it wrestling. So what we would do on Saturdays is get together, make a pillow fort, and turn on wrestling and do all the wrestling moves. There was Junkyard Dog, Dusty Rhodes, Roddy Piper, who is who I always was when I was wrestling. I was Roddy Piper, but I feel like I grew into more of a Ric Flair. What do you guys think? All right, I can't wait to see more.
It is considered the best wrestling in the world along with the Japanese. It has created popular icons such as El Santo, Blue Demon, or Mil Mascaras.
You guys, look at these masks, look at these luchadors. I mean, this is such a distinct uniform. I cannot wait to hear more about the mask, and I hope they tell us about the origin.
His influence and popularity was so great that it created a whole genre of cinema. The mask in Lucha Libre is a characteristic feature. We can quickly identify the legends by the design and colors of their masks.
Wow, you guys, okay, take a look at this mask right here with the blue. And so this looks like a lycra or some type of satin that's got a lizard type of iridescent print on it. So this guy's looking like a scary reptile. And then I can see that it's got a lot of hand cut or laser cut leather pieces on it that have been sewn and adhered to just perfect. I mean, if this is fitting your face, just imagine how perfect these masks have got to fit. I think this is absolutely a work of art, and I'm so glad we're getting to see it close up. But homeboy over here in the all silver, it's not as intricate, but he is scaring me, okay? So I think this goes to prove whether the mask is very intricate or very simple. It depends on the wrestler how intimidating and scary he is, because this guy, he's the man.
But where did the custom of wearing a mask come from?
Oh, okay, so more masks. I love these, so I'm just gonna keep stopping. So with the guy on the left, oh, there's something about his white contacts and the fact that he doesn't have a mouth opening on his mask. Okay, that's already very scary and intimidating, but I love these sleeves that he's got that match the outfit completely. Okay, can I just give him, just him alone, 5 Reviewniforms? 5 Reviewniforms for him, just this guy. And then the other mask over here, oh, it's got rhinestones around the eyes. This is giving me a uniform and costume designer's like dream right here. Oh, all the details. It's giving me everything I want. Keep going.
The first to do so was not a Mexican. He was a wrestler of Irish origin named Cyclone Mackey. The creator of the first mask was Antonio Humberto Martinez. There in the capital he fell in love with Lucha Libre, so he did not stop attending performances in the arena. There he began a friendship with Charo Aguayo, a Mexican-American luchador who began asking him for boots to wear in his fights. Upon learning of this, Cyclone Mackey went with Antonio to make him a mask to cover his face and hide his identity.
Okay, so Cyclone Massey was the Irish guy who wore the mask for the first time. And I'm wondering like what made him decide to wear a mask in the ring. And if I had to guess, it could have been because he was a foreign guy in a foreign land. He's an Irish guy in Mexico going into this league that he knows nothing about, or I guess supposedly has no business in. So maybe he had the mask to hide his identity a little bit so they wouldn't see so much an Irish fighter, they would just see a fighter. Who knows?
Every time he came to Mexico, he asked Antonio for a new mask. This even led him to change his name to La Maravilla Enmascarada, the first masked luchador. Those first masks were made of goatskin, but due to the problem of perspiration, it was changed to satin fabric.
Yes, I can imagine that a goatskin mask would be incredibly uncomfortable and not breathable. Goatskin is known for not being as breathable as, let's say, a kid skin or a calf skin that has larger pores and, is more of a breathable leather, but satin or silk is more breathable than both of them.
The tradition of the mask remained in Mexico and was adopted by many wrestlers. Thus the betting fights began where the wrestler bet his mask against another who also betted, or in his defect, his hair.
So this is a battle royale. I like this. So it is a mask battle where they fight and the winner gets to rip off the other guy's mask. I'm sorry. That's sickening. I love it. I think that's awesome. It's almost like taking his head. You know what I mean? Whew. They're hardcore. It kind of reminds me of a rap battle, like when you lose and you have to give up your chain. You know what I'm talking about? No? No one. I guess you guys haven't been in as many rap battles as I have. I've lost as many as I have.
The identity of the wrestlers became a mystery that enveloped the profession. The characters born in the arena continued to live outside of it. These wrestlers used it in any public place. Names, such as El Santo, Blue Demon, Mil Mascaras, and even today, Rey Mysterio, are icons of Mexican culture throughout the world. They are the superheroes of Mexico.
Absolutely. What a great way to describe them, the superheroes of Mexico. I mean, they are masked like superheroes, and a lot of these guys wear their masks 100% of the time. I mean, so it's almost like the public is completely shrouded in mystery of who is this guy. I love the idea of the luchador masks being kind of like not only intimidating to the other fighter, but just a general part of the whole mystery of luchadors and their uniforms. So, how many Reviewniforms do I give the Lucha Libre? You guys, 5. Come on, 5 Reviewniforms. This uniform is unique, and I mean, I almost want it to not be a uniform because there isn't one singular outfit that everybody wears, but it is a uniform because they've got the trunks, they've got the flare, and they've got their mask. And one thing they do not go in that ring without is their mask. So the luchador mask is everything to me, and as a wrestling lover, 5 Reviewniforms. Bravo! All right, guys, I'm ready for the second one. Let's go.
Here are my top 5 alternate uniforms from Army, Navy, and Air Force. At number 5, I have the Tuskegee Airmen uniforms worn by Air Force.
Okay, so we're going through the alternate uniforms for the military football teams. Whew, I got it out. Okay, all right, so number 5, Tuskegee Airmen uniforms. At first glance, I love the gray, I love the yellow. I think this looks really clean. I also like the stylized letters, but let's see if there's any more about it.
These uniforms honor the African-American military pilots who bravely fought in World War II. I liked how all of the backplates said Red Tails because this was the nickname for the airmen.
I love how the back of it, instead of having the player's name, has the red tails and that retro kind of script. It really pays homage to not only the message behind it, but just a complete throwback that they are dedicated to that, like not even having their own names on there, just having the message catered directly towards the branding that they're going for, which is the Tuskegee Airmen. I think it's great to honor them, and I love how they're doing it in this uniform.
The gloves also pay homage to the Spitfire patch that the airmen proudly wore. And at the bottom of the pants, the Falcons flex the number of Commander-in-Chief trophies that they've won over the years.
Flexing your trophies on your uniform is such an American thing to do. I just love it. The idea of that kind of going down the leg, it's just another way to show the other team, to show your opponents, you know, how many skins you have on the wall, how many trophies you've got. And I love it. I think that it is a really great addition, and it looks cool the way that the designer incorporated it into down the leg. I love it.
At number 4, give me the Fly Navy uniforms.
Okay, the Navy. Whoa, this is clean. But then again, the Navy's always clean, right? I mean, I have a feeling we're gonna see them more than once on this. I love the shoulders. Do you see how it's got the big kind of Navy branding on the shoulders that just like makes you think of like, you know, a B-1 bomber? I love this.
These uniforms were meant to honor naval aviation and the brave men and women who serve in that part of the Navy. One of my favorite details from this uniform is the helmet and how it has a picture of an F-18 Super Hornet just screeching through the sky.
This helmet is 10 out of 10. Wow, it's got the F-80 just like flying through the air with the clouds in the back. I don't know if you guys know this, but NFL teams repaint their helmets every single week so they are nice and fresh and beautiful for the games. I can tell you there is no way they're repainting this. This is just an absolutely beautiful illustration. It's gorgeous. Great job.
At number 3, I have the Air Force Doolittle Raiders uniform.
You guys, all of these are giving me life right now. Okay, whew, just at first look, it's the chrome helmet for me. I love the chrome helmet. I think that Notre Dame does this. Probably a couple of other teams have copied them. I think the Oregon Ducks, yes, they've done a chrome helmet too. And it just, in this silver though, it looks so clean and intimidating. I really love, if you look closely, you can see the numbers on the jersey have little rivets on them. So it's literally made to look like an airplane. And it's so good, you guys. Details!
These uniforms honor Lieutenant Colonel Jimmy Doolittle and his heroic acts during World War II. I'm a sucker for chrome-colored helmets, and I like how on one side you have the Doolittle Raiders patch, and on the other side you have the classic B-25 bomber.
I had no idea that these alternate uniforms were made on such a specific person or a specific event. There's really a lot of meaning put behind these uniforms. This makes me very proud.
Coming in at number 2, I have Army's Big Red 1 uniforms. These uniforms were meant to honor the 100th anniversary of the Army's 1st Infantry Division that helped win World War I.
So, I mean, this is all black. The only thing that looks cleaner than an all white uniform like we had for the Air Force a second ago is this one. This all black is super clean with the accents of red. I just think this one on the field would look so intimidating and actually just so cool. And honestly, everybody looks good in solid black, right?
Now, the person who designed these was in their absolute bag. Obviously, you can never go wrong with black on black. Then you got the touches of red and gold that just make this uni look like pure perfection. The number 1 spot has to go to Navy and their NASA-inspired uniforms.
I have no words. 10 out of 10 across the board, one of the coolest uniforms I've ever seen. And I've seen a lot of football uniforms, but the NASA-inspired uniform is so bad ass, you guys. Look at that helmet with like the beautiful outer space and the earth on it, and the uniform is made to look like what we recognize as an astronaut's uniform. But for some reason, it just works even better in a football uniform. I freaking love this.
By far the cleanest uniforms college football has ever seen. But my favorite part of this uni has to be the cleats because they are literally out of this world. I mean, you got the cosmic looking colors, and I think those black dots at the bottom are supposed to represent the stars.
You guys, the iridescent cleats. I don't know what to do with myself. I love anything holographic. I'm like a moth to a flame. So anything holographic, I'm totally going to be obsessed over. Where are the rest of my holosexuals at? You hear me, right? We love holographics. So the fact that these cleats are holographic with the little black specks in them that are, I agree with him, supposed to be the night stars, just, I'm done. I can't look at it anymore. It's too good.
But what are some other alternative uniforms from the service academies that should have made this top 5 list?
I didn't know about these football alternate uniforms. Yes, I knew about the pro kind of throwback or city edition uniforms, but I did not know that college really went into these very distinct and very message behind them type military alternative uniforms. Now, I want to find out more about this. So comment down below and let me know if you want to see a deep dive on these alternate uniforms because I'm interested. So how many Reviewniforms do I give to the alternate military football uniforms? 5 across the board, the easiest 5 I've ever given in my life. I'm still gagging over the NASA-inspired uniform. So you guys, definitely comment down below and let me know if you wanted me to do more of those uniforms because, woo, I can tell you right now, it's gonna be 5s. 5 Reviewniforms all day long. Okay guys, what's the next one?
My name is Mallory and I'm a flight attendant and I love sharing my life here with y'all on YouTube.
Okay, so we've got Mallory and she's a flight attendant at United Airlines. I don't know about you, but I watch stuff like this all the time. I am so grateful for YouTube and the fact that people can just turn on a camera and show us their daily lives, because I am just so doggone nosy and I love to hear what people are just doing in their life, especially when it comes to uniforms. So let's hear about the United Airlines uniforms. Let's go.
Today is going to be a little bit of a different video. So as you guys know from some of my previous videos, I was wear testing new uniforms for the past 2 months. My airline is getting ready to roll out new uniforms in the next couple of years, and so they have about 900 employees wear test, which was really exciting.
Wow, she is super lucky. Yeah, when you have tens of thousands of employees doing a wear test over months with hundreds and hundreds of people is the way to do it. So bravo to United for wear testing this. A lot of companies, and understandably so, want to keep their new uniform ideas on lockdown. So if they put them out there to test, then people might see it. But if it's going to be a universal change, the best way to do it is to get it out there and test it so you know how it works in the wild. I've just been doing this every day for 30 years, so always test.
We're going to start this try on with the in-flight scarf, the in-flight short sleeve blouse, and the in-flight skirt.
Boring! Hates it. I don't hate it. If you just looked up flight attendant basic uniform in the dictionary, this is a picture of what you would see. We've got the scarf, which is really cute, but the top and the skirt really don't do anything for anybody. But also it isn't offensive, so there's that.
I really love the blue piping on the sleeves. I think it's really cute and ties in well with the scarf.
Well, she likes it, so that's good.
And the next piece I'm showing you guys is the in-flight cardigan, which is really important to me because I'm always getting cold on the airplane. This sweater is really soft and thin, so not too thick. I think the material is really great. As you can tell, it goes over this blouse pretty easy.
I love the look of this cardigan. Now we're talking. This is really, really cute. The things I love the most about this are the way it's color blocked. The color blocking, especially if it goes to the back, which when she was holding it, I think the color does go to the back. The color blocking is really bold and it says their company colors, so I really do like that. And also it looks as if this cardigan has a zipper up the front instead of buttons, and that is just a great way to make everything look really put together and clean, is to add a really nice zipper instead of buttons on a sweater. So I like this. I would like actually wear this. Like I would wear this as just clothes.
And then in this clip, I'm just showing you guys how the uniform looks whenever you zip the sweater up.
Like, look how clean that looks when she's got that zipped up and the scarf on. I mean, that, now we're talking flight attendant elevated. This is a look.
In the past, we've had button-up sweaters, and I think I do prefer the zipper.
I'm also noticing that the color blocking has got her one arm in navy and one arm in the royal, or the kind of cobalt blue, which I think looks really, really neat.
Looks a little bit more polished, a little bit more clean. And then you can see on the back that the pattern does continue. And this next piece is called the in-flight Ruana. I was really unsure about this piece when I first saw photos of it, but now that I'm wearing it in person, I really love it.
So if you guys didn't know, there's another vocabulary word for us today, Ruana. This is pretty much just a scarf. It's a big scarf that's got two rectangular pieces that are kind of sewn at the angular part so that it can lie perfectly with the weight across your neck and fold over. Keeps you warm, it looks really good, and if it's made out of a great fabric, then this can be lightweight and rolled up into your suitcase. It is one of actually a really great idea for flight attendants to travel with. Bravo for whoever came up with this.
It is super soft and versatile. I think it will be great for keeping warm on those long, cold international flights. And yeah, I just think it's kind of glamorous looking. It really reminds me of like the 60s and 70s whenever flight attendant outerwear was just a lot more kind of glamorous. Continuing on with the blouses, this is the in-flight stand collar short sleeve blouse.
Okay, I do like this little blouse, and this one is better than kind of the first one we saw. As you can see, this one has princess seams, it has cuffs, it has a stand-up collar. There are a lot of technical pattern design things that have gone into this top that make it fit and look really cute just at first glance. What I really like about this is the mixing of the prints. So we've got the print on the collar, which is a striped, and then we've got the checks, which is on the shirt, and those prints go really well together. It's not entirely easy to mix prints and get it right on, but the designer of this uniform, spot on.
It's got this checkered pattern, and the sleeves again are really comfortable and fit me really well. I'm wearing it with the scarf and the skirt.
Once again, on the back, you can see the fitted style lines.
Just like I was the other blouse. Here's the Ruana again. I wanted to show you guys.
You guys, look at her with the Ruana print, scarf, print, shirt. I mean, this is a lot of print going on, but because of the way that they've matched everything, this is looking very cool and very sophisticated, which I think is a great word to describe how you would want a flight attendant to look. Clean and sophisticated. Yes, definitely. And this is pulling it off supremely.
You can just kind of wear it like a shawl, or you can wrap it up like this. The in-flight v-neck dress. It is the signature blue with navy trim.
Okay, this in-flight dress. It is a classic shift dress, and it does have some princess seam styling, but I don't love it. I do love the color, okay? I wish it had a little more to it, but I think the idea of this is to be as plain as possible. So because it is their choice, that's just a slip dress. So yeah, it's nice that it has kind of a banding around the waist that gives a little bit more shape, but just at my first look at this, it's not wowing me, even though the color is wowing me.
You've also got two big pockets, and I really like the stitching around the waist. That kind of acts as like a built-in belt.
What I want you guys to notice when she backs up and she's about to put her hands in her pockets and she's just almost got them in, because these pockets are made at the side seam, and I'm sure you've probably worn or seen a dress like this, it makes kind of a poof out at the sides when you're looking for the pockets. It's not kind of a front pocket. So it's not a big deal. It works with a woman's shape. It's just, you know, something I noticed, in my opinion, isn't quite flattering. We always want dresses with pockets, but I don't think the pockets go really well with this particular look.
I think it's really flattering. Hey y'all, here's the final dress in the uniform collection.
Okay, so we're seeing the last dress. Okay, so you guys see the pockets. This one's got the pockets on the front, and in fact, they kind of look like they're taking up the whole front of the dress, so it's really like a distinctive design choice and a design look. I love the color blocking. Once again, like the sweater, we've got one sleeve one color, one sleeve the other. I can tell by the hand, which we always talk about how a fabric lays over your hand, whether it's stiff or it just kind of collapses. That shows the kind of hand the fabric has.
This is called the in-flight Ponte dress. Ponte is actually the fabric that it's made from. It is a blend of polyester, rayon, and spandex.
This one, she said, is made out of Ponte. Ponte is just a poly or rayon and elastic blend, but it does feel a lot tighter on the body, so I can see why she would notice a difference in this and the other one. And wow, I can just tell that this one fits even better.
So it's incredibly comfortable and stretchy and really moves with you when you're at work. I originally did not want to try this dress out just because it's a little thick, and once I actually gave it a chance and wore it to work, I was so impressed with how it moved with me while I was working. It doesn't feel restrictive at all. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time here on my channel.
I'm glad that United gave her permission to show all those uniform pieces, because who knows what's going to make it to the actual flight attendants. So very little inside scoop we got there. That was fun. Okay, how many Reviewniforms do I give the United Airlines flight attendants? I'm going to give them four Reviewniforms, because the only thing I didn't love was the one thing that I bet you anything that they go with is that plain shift dress that has the solid colors, because it's very safe. I didn't love that one, but the cardigan I loved, the mixing of the prints I loved. I really think they've done a lot of things to make this look sophisticated without just going classic, boring flight attendant uniform. So guys, I want to know what you think. Comment down below and let me know what you think of the Luchador uniforms. uniforms? The United Airlines flight attendants, or was your favorite the military alternate football uniforms? I want to know. So guys, like I said, leave me some comments down below. I want to know what you think and about some uniforms that you'd like to see on the channel. Please shoot me your ideas. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any videos from Reviewniforms and Uniform Expert Reacts. And don't forget the most important thing, it's okay to judge uniforms, but not people. Love everyone.